This is Dawn Compton, the pastor at Main Street United Methodist Church. Now I'm here today to bring you our weekly Wednesday Word. Just want to start this time together by saying thank you to everyone who has lifted our family up in prayer, who has reached out with their care and concern as we dealt with the unexpected hospital stay for Aaron this past weekend. Thank you for everyone who was holding us up in prayer and for caring for us as he was in the midst of that and then recovering from that. Especially want to thank Paul for stepping in at the last minute and offering the message and leading the worship service. I am truly blessed to be working with such a wonderful colleague in ministry that is willing to do that, is capable of doing a wonderful job. And Main Street is blessed to have Paul still willing to serve in this way. And what last weekend reminded me about was going back a little bit to our worship series theme for these 3 weeks. This is the way. And you can appreciate that saying, this is the way, even if you've never seen The Mandalorian, which is kind of where we're getting that idea from. Because the followers of Jesus were known as followers of the way. And when we talk about this is the way, Jesus was trying to help his followers, the disciples, to understand that the way of Jesus is the way of love. It's the way of compassion. It's the way of caring. It's the way of justice. That's what it means when we are following in the way. So I just encourage you to continue to think about, what does it mean to walk in the way? What does it mean when we say this is the way? This is the way that Jesus would have us go. When we think about the decisions that we're having to make in our lives and how we are living, are we truly living in the way that Jesus would have us go? That way of love, that way of grace, of peace, of acceptance, of inclusion, of love. We're going to be finishing up this worship series this Sunday. This is the way. So I encourage you to come and listen as we conclude that, and we look at the redemption is going to be the focus of our worship. I want to lift up a couple more things. Also, just want to say thank you to everyone who has already said that they are available and willing to help serve as the bishop comes this Sunday. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to see how Main Street just steps up, and you keep doing it time and time again, and it's just so wonderful to be a part of this congregation that is willing to do that. So we are preparing for a brief reception for people in between the clergy gatherings and the laity gatherings. But even if you haven't volunteered to help, if you would like to come and listen to the bishop, you are very much encouraged to come and do that. Hear what the bishop has to say. She's going to just do a brief presentation herself, and then she's going to take some time for question and answers. And I know that you will be blessed to be able to spend some time with her in person and hear what she has to say to us here in the Mountain View District. But thank you for everyone that is going to help make this day possible. Also want to lift up that we have been planning and working towards our Lenten lunches. For those that have been a part of Main Street in the Bedford community, you know we have been doing these Lenten lunches for a long time. They begin on Ash Wednesday, which this year, friends, is on Valentine's Day. So the Lenten lunches will begin on February 14th. As they begin, I will be offering the first message, and our congregation will be the congregation preparing the meal for the first Wednesday. Then we will have other clergy and other churches preparing the meals and offering the messages for the rest of the Lenten season. Our theme this year is 40 Days of Love. Doesn't that just sound wonderful? we thought that was appropriate since we are starting the Lenten season on Valentine's Day that we would look at the 40 days of love leading up to the mystery and the wonder of Easter. So just put that on your calendar and plan to participate. The meals start at 12 noon every Wednesday, and we will be done by 1 o'clock every week. So I'll lift that up. And then I also just want to remind you, we're coming to the end of January, and y'all have done a great job again of taking care of the blessing box and making sure that it's staying stocked. We have the February calendar already up, so if you have not signed up to help with the blessing box during the months of February, I encourage you to do so either this Sunday or call into the church office and get your name put on the schedule. I would love to see. We know that February has 29 days. It's a little bit shorter month, but it is leap year this year, so we got 29 days in February. It would be wonderful for us to see 28, 29 different families taking care of the blessing box. To get as many people involved in it as possible so that everyone can share in that blessing, blessing other people through what's in there. Again, if you aren't ready to provide the food yourself, if that's not something that you can do, we do have a pantry that is in our Community Life Center that you can get the supplies from and use those to stock the blessing box. We always make sure there's plenty of food in there to be able to use for the blessing box. Friends, I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I look forward to worshiping with you in person, either at 10:30 a.m. or worshiping with you online whenever you're able to be a part of our worship community. And this Sunday, as we continue our This Is the Way worship series. See you then. God bless.